Have you ever felt guilty about taking a break? Me too. But there's real science and research to support actively prioritising rest and downtime. Watch this video to find out what exactly happens in your brain when you prioritise taking a break and how that's going to help you win at life. I'm Ali, all-round lover of brains and their amazing capabilities. I'm a clinical solution-focused hypnotherapist and mental health educator. Think of me as your Mary Poppins of mental health, here to support you to thrive and cope brilliantly with whatever life has in store for you, because everything is possible, even the impossible. But first, a disclaimer. I'm neither a neuroscientist nor medical doctor, so you must not take anything I say as medical advice. I mean, I know you wouldn't, but better safe than sorry. As I would always say to my clients, if you're worried about symptoms you can't explain, please seek the advice of your primary healthcare provider, your GP or pharmacist. Great. Let's talk about why you might need to rest a little bit more. Once upon a time, back in the days when we could go to talks, I went to an amazing talk in London, and one of the speakers, Claudia Hammond, who's the author of the book The Art of Rest, she started to talk about the value of downtime. Not sleep, which I already kind of knew about, but downtime. Now, my goodness, my ears pricked up at this because I've been advocating the power of not being too busy for years. So to have some research to back that thinking up was amazing. The information in that book was based on one of the largest studies of rest ever done. 18,000 people in 134 countries around the world, and 2/3 of which said they weren't getting enough rest. And I'm guessing that you might feel like that too. But before we get into that, can you guess what the sweet spot for downtime is each day? That's a level that is needed to reach near nirvana-like states of awesomeness. I bet you can't guess, and I bet you'll be shocked when you do. It's 4 to 5 hours. I know. I was shocked when I found that out as well. I mean, where the heck, in 8 hours of sleep, 12-hour days and 2 hours of extra chores and all the other things we've got to do, are we going to find that much downtime? Now, I'm going to leave you with that while we discuss what I mean by downtime and the benefits of it. So what it is, when we talk downtime, we're not talking rigorously scheduled activities that have a strict timetable. The value of downtime really is in the enjoyment of it. So put away your minute-by-minute self-care list and to-do list and go a little bit more with the flow. I have the most amazing client who is telling me of their evening enjoying their favourite music and their favourite pastime, which was painting. They'd made a space in their spare room for this activity, and up until that time when they were telling me about it then, they'd scheduled it rigorously. It had been part of their self-care routine. But it was a revelation to them when they just let go of the reins a little bit and just went with the flow. They said it was transformative. Not too taxing is the rule of thumb with downtime. So reading, walking, nice easy chill exercise, if that's your thing. Looking out the window, fire gazing, doing puzzles, playing games, pottering in the garden, daydreaming. I think you get the picture. The key element is not mentally taxing. We're trying to give our brains, and a little bit our bodies, a break. So that might look like a walk at lunchtime, making dinner from scratch, listening to your favourite music, listening to a podcast. Interestingly, Claudia Hammond, she was talking about TV as being downtime, and other research says no screens, but I think it might depend on what's on them. Test it out and let me know. So now you know what it is. What does it do in your brain, and why is that important? You might be surprised to know that it's learning. We all know when we reach our limit of taking stuff on, we kind of read the same sentence again and again and again, and we can't get something written down that we know on another day or in another time of day would be easy. Downtime actually gives our brains time to process what it's just taken in. When we stop taxing our brain, there's a really magical thing that happens, which it actually took almost a century to prove, and is connected with the next point, which is problem solving. When we do something to relax, whatever that is, as many parts of our brain that power down, these parts power up. It's a particular network in the brain that comes online. And this network is called the default mode network, sometimes referred to as the inner rehearsal mode. This network encompasses several different brain regions. It's concerned very much with looking at the past and the future. It's concerned with learning and planning. When our mind is allowed to wander, it does just that. And that's the network that's capable of very complex problem solving that we can't do consciously. It's why you'll often come up with solutions to your challenges after making a cuppa, in the shower, even after a run sometimes. And connected with that too is memory consolidation. As well as sleep, we use rest periods to organise those things we've learned and log them in our memories if we need to. Another thing which you might not think of is energy stores, but not the ones that you typically think of. Downtime actually replenishes our stores of attention and motivation and productivity and creativity. That old adage that you can't pour from an empty cup is real, and downtime and those relaxation activities essentially fill up the cup again so we can go again. General well-being is something that improves when we get enough rest time. So in the study, well-being levels of the third of respondents who were getting enough rest were twice as high as those who weren't getting enough. So I'm wondering, what are you going to do differently now that you know the real value of rest? If you've enjoyed this video, do give it a like. If you've got questions, drop them in the comments or send them to me. And if you'd like to see more videos like this on how to improve your mind health and wellness, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.